Yesterday we have defined the definition and this basic terminology. Write down next point. So we can say one thing, the dashed line OL represents an imaginary line or imaginary surface that separates the fluid stream into two parts. Fluid stream into two parts. As I already told you, one part where velocity varies from 0 to the 99% of the free stream velocity, and second part velocity is constant. One part in which the fluid velocity is constant. And the other in which the velocity varies from 0 to the 0 at the wall to a velocity substantially equal to that of the undisturbed fluid. So in lower part, 0 to the 99% of the free stream velocity, and after that, free stream velocity that is constant. So in one region, velocity is going to change, and in one region, velocity is nearly constant. Write down next point. Next point, the velocity of the fluid. The velocity of the fluid upstream the velocity of the fluid upstream from the leading edge of the plate from the leading edge of the plate is uniform across the entire fluid stream. Across the entire fluid stream. Next part. The velocity of the fluid at the interface between the solid and fluid is zero. The curve changes slope rapidly near the plate. Rapidly near the plate. They also show that the local velocity approaches asymptotic asymptotically. The velocity of the bulk of the fluid stream. These things were the basics about the boundary layer theory. Now we will discuss laminar as well as turbulent. I hope up to this point there should be no doubt. Very good. Laminar and turbulent. Laminar and turbulent flow in boundary layers. Laminar and turbulent flow in boundary layers. This graph is between boundary layer thickness and distance from the leading edge. You will get graph like this. This region is known as laminar flow in boundary layer. And this one is turbulent flow in boundary layer. As we know that in turbulent flow there are three regions, and this point where this slope is going to change rapidly, this point is known as onset of turbulence. This point is known as onset of turbulence. It consists of three regions. This lower one is known as viscous sublayer. This lower one is known as viscous sublayer, and this one is known as buffer layer. And after that, we have turbulent core. It is the development of turbulent boundary layer. On a flat plate. Draw this diagram. Write down next point. A turbulent flow or a turbulent boundary layer is considered to consist of three zones. The viscous sublayer, the buffer layer, and the turbulent zone. And the turbulent zone. Next point. The onset of turbulence is characterized by a sudden rapid increase in the thickness of the boundary layer. And you can analyze this point from the graph also. And one of the most important points from this section, and they will ask gate question from this section only. Answer, why did you tell all these things? Just to make your background. So write down next point. When the flow is boundary layer, and the flow in the boundary layer, and they asked I hope in gate 2020 also. When the flow in the boundary layer is laminar, the thickness Zx, the thickness Zx of the layer increases with x to the power 0.5, where x is the distance from the leading edge, distance from the leading edge distance from the leading edge of the plate. For a short time, for a short time after turbulence appears, for a short time after turbulence appears, Zx increases with x to the power 1.5, and then after turbulence is fully developed, and then after turbulence is fully developed, so Zx increases with these points are very, very important. So in our GATE syllabus, we have only elementary boundary layer theory. And this is much, much more than sufficient. Please tell me the number of questions that we have discussed up to this point. The number of questions that we have discussed up to this point. 41, okay. Write down next point. The factors that determine the point at which turbulence appears in a laminar boundary layer are coordinated by the dimensionless Reynolds number defined by the equation x into u infinity rho by mu. Where x is distance from the leading edge, u infinite free stream velocity. Rho density of the fluid. Mu viscosity of the fluid. Note down this. Write down one more point. For laminar flow, del by x is equal to, sometimes in some books you will get zx is equal to del. The boundary layer thickness is represented by del also zx. Nearly 5 by Reynolds to the Reynolds x. And if you will solve it, you will get that del is directly proportional to x to the power 0.5. And for fully turbulent, del by x is equal to 0.376 Reynolds to the power 1 by 5. They also ask this question in GATE 2-3 times. In such a manner, this boundary layer concept is finished. Write down next question. Question number 42. Write down next. I hope up to this point, each and everything should be clear to each and every student. Sir, can you please show the yesterday boundary layer diagram? This is according to the Blasius one. This was the diagram. Take a screenshot of this one. Write down question number 42. The thickness of laminar boundary layer over a flat plate varies along the distance from the leading edge of the plate as the distance increasing, the boundary layer thickness first option increases, second option decreases, third option initially increases, and then decreases. Initially decreases and then increases. This question is GATE 2017, 1 mark. I need correct answer from each and every student. The right answer of this question is 1 marks, 3 marks if you know. Is it clear? Very good. So it will increase if you know the concept. Very simple. First question or first option. Next question is question number 43. GATE 2015. 1 mark for your uniform laminar flow over a flat plate the thickness of the boundary layer del at a distance x from the leading edge of the plate follows the relation first option we have del of x directly proportional to x to the power minus 1, del of x directly proportional to x, del of x directly proportional to x to the power 0.5, and fourth one is del of x directly proportional to x to the power 0.5. Again 1 mark, easy mark, solve fast. The right answer of this question is very good. C is the correct answer. Again 1 marks, easy marks. Third one is the correct one. Next question, question number 44. Gate 2002. For flow past a flat plate. If x is the distance, x is the distance along the plate in the direction of flow, in the direction of flow, the boundary layer thickness is proportional to which one is correct one? By the way, this question is not complete. This question is incomplete, but with the help of options because it is gate question. So sometimes you need to react like this. The right answer of this question will be first is the correct one. Write down next question. Question number 45. Gate 2000. In the laminar boundary layer flow. In the laminar boundary layer flow over a flat plate. The ratio del by x varies as first option Reynolds number, fourth option 1 by under root Reynolds number, where del is the boundary layer thickness del is the boundary layer thickness and x is the distance from the leading edge in the direction of flow. Again, 1 marks, easy marks if you know the concept. The right answer of this question will be D is the correct one. Very good. In such a manner, this part is also finished. And now, before kinematics, 2 to 3 parts, that boundary layer separation, boundary layer formation, transition length, these 3 parts now we are going to discuss. My next question to you, what do you mean by fully developed flow? Sir, when flow age is 18 years and he is able to give vote. Huh? What do you mean by fully developed flow? Very good. Velocity profile will not change. Or we can say velocity will remain constant. So after that, acceleration will be zero. Hmm. Write down next. Boundary layer formation. Boundary layer formation in straight pipes. Boundary layer formation in straight pipes. Consider we have this. Then at the entrance, it is like that. But as time will pass, then velocity profile will be like this. And after that, and after some time it will reach up to the center line. Then what will happen? When it will reach up to the center line, then you will get such type of profile. So in this condition, the fluid is known as fully developed fluid. Development of boundary layer flow. Development of boundary layer flow in pipe. Note down this one. Consider a straight thin walled tube with fluid entering it at a uniform velocity. At a uniform velocity. A boundary layer begins to form. A boundary layer begins to form at the entrance to the tube, and as the fluid moves, to the first part of the channel, the first part of the channel, the boundary layer thickness increases, or the boundary layer thickens. The boundary layer thickens. During this stage, during this stage, the boundary layer occupies. During this stage, the boundary layer occupies. So initially, the boundary layer occupies small space, but as length is going to increase, it will occupy more space of the cross section. During this stage, the boundary layer occupies only part of the cross section. Only part of the cross section of the tube. Only part of the cross section of the tube. And the total stream. And the total stream consists of a core of fluid flowing in roll-like manner at a constant velocity. And an annular boundary layer between the wall and the core. After some time, it will reach up to the center. By and by, it will reach up to the center, and you will get velocity profile like this. And after this point, the velocity profile will not change. And this flow is known as fully developed flow. When velocity is constant, it means acceleration will be zero. When you will solve equations in fluid dynamics, then you should know about all these things, that fully developed means constant velocity, acceleration will be zero. And all these concepts are useful at the time of flow between parallel plates and etc. Or after that, as the stream moves, farther down the tube, further move down the tube, the boundary layer occupies the boundary layer occupies an increasing portion of the cross section. Increasing portion of the cross section. After some time, finally, a point will reach. Finally, at a point, well downstream from the entrance, the boundary layer reaches the boundary layer reaches the center of the tube. Reaches the center of the tube. What will happen? And the boundary layer occupies complete cross section. Boundary layer occupies the entire section of the entire section of the string. And at this point, the velocity distribution in the tube the velocity distribution in the tube reaches its final form and remains unchanged during the remaining length of the tube. During the remaining length of the tube. Such flow with an unchanging velocity distribution with an unchanging velocity distribution is called fully developed flow. The velocity distribution in the tube reaches its final form and remains unchanged during the remaining length of the tube. And such flow with an unchanging velocity distribution is called the fully developed flow. I hope it should be clear to each and every student. Otherwise, you mucked up all these things. Is it clear? Fully developed flow in this one. Now, after that, we will discuss transition length. What is transition length? The minimum length required, to achieve this fully developed flow. The minimum length required to achieve this fully developed flow in a pipe is known as transition length. And on transition length, they asked a question in GATE 2019, 2 marks. Is it clear? Sir, please show last part. Note down first. Note it down. Sir, you don't have any laziness. If I have laziness, then how is it possible to take so much classes? Laziness time will be after 80 years. Is it clear? Then next and second last topic before this one, transition length. Transition length for laminar and turbulent flow. For laminar and turbulent flow. If I add laziness, then this is not possible that I will tell you all these theory, each and every concept. Then just I will tell you just formulas, some questions, and you are happy and I also happy. Otherwise, there is no need to write na, from morning to evening. But at the time of December, if you don't have proper notes your proper manner, then forget about your rank. Transition length for laminar and turbulent flow. First thing is that what is transition length? The minimum length that is required to achieve fully developed flow is known as transition length. Write down first point. The length of the entrance region. The length of the entrance region of the tube necessary for the boundary layer to be the center of the tube, to reach the center of the tube, and for fully developed flow is to be established is called the transition length. Based on this small concept, in GATE 2019 2 marks question, called the transition length. यकीन नहीं होता. The length of the entrance region of the tube necessary for the boundary layer to reach the center of the tube and for fully developed flow is to be established and is called the transition length. And sometimes it is also known as hydrodynamic entrance, or you can also write like the region from the pipe inlet, to the point at which the velocity profile is fully developed. The velocity profile is fully developed is called the hydrodynamic entrance region. And the length of this region, both are same terms, and the length of This region is called the hydrodynamic entry length also, for LH. I can tell you something more about this, but there is no need. Otherwise, we are able to finish only this topic today. Write down next point. We know that the velocity will not vary only in axial direction. It will change in radial also. So it is this flow is up to the fully developed velocity or fully developed point, two dimensional. You can write since the velocity varies not only with length of tube, not only with length of tube, but also with the radial distance from the center of the tube. From the center of the tube. For the flow in the entrance region. Flow in the entrance region is two-dimensional. Flow in the entrance region is two-dimensional. Write down next. The approximate length. The approximate length of a straight pipe necessary for completion of the final velocity distribution is for laminar flow. For laminar flow, we have xt divided by d 0.05 into xt divided by d is equal to 0.5 into Reynolds number. Where x of t is transition length and d is diameter. D is diameter of pipe. Xt is the transition length and d is the diameter of pipe. Just remember this formula is applicable only and only for laminar flow, not turbulent. Now I told you one thing, that entrance region. So what is the meaning of entrance region? Suppose you have this pipe. Entrance region and fully developed. Up to this point, entrance region and then fluid volume. Write down next one. In turbulent flow, the intense mixing, the intense during random fluctuations usually overshadows the effects of the molecular diffusion. The non-dimensional hydrodynamic entry length for turbulent flow is approximated as is approximated as so LH of turbulent divided by D is equal to 1.359 into Reynolds to the power 1 by so the entry length is much shorter in turbulent flow as expected, and its dependence on the Reynolds number is weaker. That's why in McCabe Smith they did not provide this formula. They mentioned only one line that in case of turbulent flow, that the transition length is nearly independent of, that is, they use this term nearly independent of the Reynolds number. So that's why they gave that point. And its dependence on the Reynolds number is weaker. On the Reynolds number is weaker. This part is also over. Next point. In many pipe flows, in many pipe flows of practical engineering interest, the entrance effects, the entrance effects become insignificant beyond a pipe length of about 10 diameters and the non-dimensional. All these are additional knowledge and non-dimensional hydrodynamic entry length is approximated as is approximated as LH of turbulent divided by D is approximately 10. Finally, this part is already finished. Is it clear? Note down first. Now write down next question. Question number 46. Write down question number 46. Date 2008. Given a pipe of diameter. Given a pipe of diameter D, the entrance length necessary to achieve fully developed laminar flow is proportional to the where NRE is Reynolds number. Again, 1 mark, easy mark if you know the concept. D by NRE. D into NRE square and D by NRE square. Which one is correct one? I need correct answer from every student. The right answer of this question is first is the correct answer. 1 marks, easy marks. Very good. First is the correct answer. First is the correct answer. Because we know that xt divided by d is equal to 0.05 into Reynolds number. Or you will get xt by d is directly proportional to the Reynolds number, or xt is directly proportional into diameter into Reynolds number. Which one is correct one? It is the correct one. Is it clear? Very good. Note down first. Write down next question. Write down next question. 2 marks from this topic in GATE 2019. Question number 47. GATE 2019. And if you will do any mistake, then wrong option is also available in the question. An incompressible Newtonian fluid flows in a pipe of diameter d at volumetric flow rate q, fluid with same properties flows in another pipe of diameter d2 is equal to d1 by 2 at the same flow rate q. The transition length, I have already told you, as question size increases, its difficulty level decreases. The transition length required for achieving fully developed flow is L1 for the tube of diameter d1, while it is L2 for the tube of diameter d2 diameter d2, assuming steady laminar flow in both cases. The ratio L1 by L2. If you will do any mistake, you will get answer but wrong. सावधानी हटी और दुर्घटना घटी. 1/4, 1, 4 and 2. Solve it. You have 2 to 3 minutes to solve this question. Which one is correct one? 2 marks. Option 4. 4. If you are thinking that in GATE some questions are easy, it means there is some trap. Sir, we believe in the equality of everyone, so that's why we are getting option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Very nice. Wonderful. So we are getting each and every option. Ritvija 4. How is it possible? Anjali? Hari? नवीन? शेल्डोन सर मेरा तो 1/2 आया. तुम वही लौंडे हो जो एग्जाम के बाहर बाद आते हैं और क्वेश्चन स्टूडेंट्स लोग क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करते हैं और सबका आंसर आया होता है 10, 10.2, 10.1, 9.9 और तुम फिर खड़े होके सोच रहे होते हैं कि साला मैंने ऐसा क्या किया कि मेरा 200 आ गया. फिर तुमसे पूछेंगे हाँ भाई कितना आंसर आया. मेरा भी यही कोई बस 10.23 है. तो हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल दैट 1/2 आउट ऑफ द डोमेन? Last 30 seconds. A very nice question. Hello, what happened? Then normal person will give answer 2, but the right answer is option 3 and 4. Okay. It means you are extraordinary. You are not normal person. So option 3, option 2, yeah. So you got all the option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Because sir, Sai Sudarshan option 3. Very good. God gave you something, at least use it. Otherwise, it will get rusted. Sir, इस बार तो एक आया मेरा. Sir, this question is very easy but also hard. हाँ, so in GATE you will get question like this also. That's why I always told you it is not as easy as you think. Hari Keshav 4. The right option of this question is B, that is 1, and the all remaining are absolutely galat or absolutely wrong. Now let me solve it. Sir, आ गया आखिर में, but you are going to get your answer after reaching home na. And when you will check your GATE paper with response, and if 5-10 times you feel like that, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, then understand, then you need 1 more year to preparation. Then without wasting any time, start your preparation again. शेल्डोन बेइज्जती स्टूडेंट्स लाइफ में इज्जत होती है क्या भाई? Write down. We know that xt by d is equal to 0.05 into Reynolds number. It is mentioned that at the same flow rate is same, volumetric flow rate, or we can write xt by d is equal to 0.05 d into v bar rho by mu. Q is equal to A into V bar. V bar is equal to Q by A. Q by pi into D square by 4. Or 4Q by pi D square. This is the chemistry of this question. So value of xt is 0.05. It is all about rho by mu constant d square 4q into pi by d square. So this relation is independent of the diameter. So it means the ratio should be 1. If it is half, twice, thrice, fourth, and rho and mu are constant. And in question it is already mentioned that the value of q is same. So that's why the right answer will be 1. So 1 is the correct answer. Is it clear? Yes or no? So please read question carefully. Otherwise, you need to read your rank carefully. Is it okay? जागते रहो. Very good. Sir, I got it in second attempt. But you need rank in your first attempt, na? Don't worry, you are in learning phase. Write down next question. Question number 48. Again, GATE 2019. Otherwise, you will think why our sir is teaching so much. I am teaching you just syllabus or nothing else. For a fully developed turbulent flow. For a fully developed hydrodynamic boundary layer theory. The boundary layer or flow past a flat plate the thickness of the boundary layer increases. Boundary layer increases with distance x from the leading edge of the plate along the free stream flow direction is first option x to the power 0.5, x to the power 1.5, x to the power 0.4, and x to the power 0.8. So which one is correct one? Again, 1 mark, 3 mark. Which one is correct one? Fourth is the correct one. Very good. Very good. And one more thing. From this elementary boundary layer theory, they will ask question in GATE 2021. Because they asked question GATE 2015, GATE 2017, GATE 2019, and in GATE 2020, they did not ask any question from this section. So we hope if from in GATE 2021, they ask any question from this section. Is it clear? Very good. Sir, after solution question is easy. After solution, every question is easy, my dear. Even the questions you are not able to solve in your examination hall, then outside you are able to solve all these questions. This part is also finished. Write down the last part before the kinematics. Boundary layer separation. By first formation, then separation. But it is not possible na, that first breakup, then hook up or patch up. First relationship, then breakup. So in similar manner, here also, first boundary layer formation and then boundary layer separation. Boundary layer separation and wake formation. Boundary layer separation and wake formation. Boundary layer separation and wake formation. So first question to you, what do you mean by boundary layer separation? And what do you mean by wake? Formation is a different thing. And what is the effect of pressure gradient on the boundary layer separation? And tell me the methods to minimize the boundary layer separations. Sir, please show previous question. At that time, where were you? Note down fast. ये तो पूरी रामायण सुना दी, बाद में बोलते हैं सर सीता कौन था? Note it down. Very good. Sir, when the flow suddenly has an construction boundary layer separation occurs. Okay, this is also correct. Sir, if some object in the fluid, then the direction of the fluid change and wake formation occur behind the object. Actually, what is wake? Sir, wake is the pattern observed in water after a stone is thrown in the still wave water. No. Wave is nothing, but wave is a. Sir, vortex formation. Don't use these types of complex words. Sir, when car drives, the thing formed behind car is wake. The formation of recirculation of eddies is wake. Actually, that complete region. Suppose we had in our syllabus we had two cases: flow through a parallel plate and flow through a perpendicular plate. When flow through a perpendicular plate, that behind this one, behind this plate, this region is known as wake. So we can say disturbed fluid. Okay. Sir, adverse pressure gradient occurs in boundary layer separation. Okay. That is also nearly correct. Anything else? Array, at least I give your view. Sir, it is the time to sleep and you are asking view about views. सर आप ही बता दो. अरे मैं तो बताऊंगा ही भाई. But I should know your views, na, what you already know. Okay, let's start. Sir, I have not heard these names. That's why we don't have any idea. Don't worry, you will get all these names first time in your GATE examination hall only. And I am 100% sure that nearly more than 50% of you are going to repeat this subject, even in coaching also. I am not talking about your semester exams. Decelerated fluid. Shubham, they asked this question in GATE 2002. Don't worry, मैं हूं ना. Now we will discuss each and every. Write down first point. As we know that the change of boundary layer from laminar to turbulent is affected by roughness of the plate, roughness of plate curvature, pressure gradient, and last intensity and scale of turbulence. Write down next one. The transition, it is all about the flow through a parallel plate or thin parallel plate. The transition of boundary layer from laminar to turbulent, is assumed to occur at 5 into 10 is to power 5. Please don't confuse 5 into 10 is to power 5 and 2100. That 2100 which you mugged up, that is for flow through a pipe, and this one is through a plate. Or you can write, because I don't have any faith in you, for flat plate. Next one, boundary layer thickness is considerably affected by the pressure gradient in the direction of flow. The boundary layer growth is retarded in the presence of negative pressure gradient. case of converging flow. Whereas if the pressure gradient is positive, if the pressure gradient is positive, for divergent flow, the thickening of boundary layer occurs. Now we will start about the separation. Note down up to this point. Write down. First, we will make background. Then, as the flow proceeds, as the flow proceeds over a solid surface, over a solid surface, the boundary layer thickness, the boundary layer thickness increases. The boundary layer thickness increases, and the velocity profile, and the velocity profile changes from parabolic to logarithmic. The fluid mass in the layer. I always use such type of language so that even at any time when you will revise your notes, so that each and everything should be clear to you. Otherwise, just if I will explain only at present time, then because at present time you are going through only fluid mechanics per day, only 2 hour classes, two topics. So every one of you are going to enjoy. But when you need to revise all these 10 subjects, then it is not easy. And if you don't have proper notes, because at the time of December, you don't have so much, you will not have so much time that you will open each and every standard book and revise. The fluid mass in the layer close to the wall, close to the wall, has to do work against boundary friction, against boundary friction by consuming a fraction of its kinetic energy. A fraction of its kinetic energy this in turn and this in turn and this is in turn regained from the adjacent fluid layer adjacent fluid layer through momentum exchange process. Through momentum exchange process. Through momentum exchange process. I hope up to this point there should be no doubt. As the flow proceeds over a solid surface, the boundary layer thickness increases and the velocity profile changes from the logarithm to or parabolic to the logarithm, or we can say from laminar to the turbulent. And the fluid mass in the layer close to the wall has to do what against to the boundary friction, and it will consume a fraction of its kinetic energy, and it will regain this energy from the adjacent of the fluid layers through momentum exchange process. Is it clear up to this point? Very good. So now we are getting okay our things. Process. So we can say the extent of momentum exchange, the extent of momentum exchange between two layers, in a laminar flow is less or more than the turbulent flow, is considerably less than that in a turbulent flow. And the boundary layer may not be able to keep sticking to the solid surface if at a certain stage it cannot expend energy to overcome the resistance offered by the surface. Is it clear? Then what will happen? Boundary layer separation occurs. So this is the fundamental region of the boundary layer separation offered by a surface. So we can say from this discussion, laminar flow is not the correct word here. Laminar layer is in a weaker position is in a weaker position compared to turbulent one, compared to turbulent layer to withstand the expenditure of kinetic energy. And consequently, a laminar layer tends to separate off, tends to separate off the surface. Such type of question they for explanation they can ask in MSQ of the surface more radially than a turbulent layer. Than a turbulent layer. Write down next point. So we can say measures are generally taken to change over the laminar layers into turbulent layers before separation, but the stoppage of separation, but the stoppage of the turbulent layers of the turbulent layer is an uneasy task. Is an uneasy task. Adverse pressure gradient adverse pressure gradient along the flow tends to accelerate or decelerate the fluid. Adverse pressure gradient along the flow tends to accelerate or retard the fluid. I asked a very simple question. That will retard the fluid. Why? Very good. Tends to decelerate the fluid. Decelerate the fluid or decelerate the flow and results in a rapidly thickening layer. अरे you know ना positive and negative pressure gradient like this. I need to explain each and everything. Here we have del P by del X is equal to positive in diffuser or diverging passage. And if you have of this kind, Here you will get del P by del X is equal to negative. It is nozzle, converging passage. If the value of del P by del X is equal to 0, I am asking again very simple question. If the value of del P by del X is 0, then the boundary layer continues to grow or remain constant or decrease. Did you get my question? I asked a very simple question that if the value of del P by del X is equal to 0, then the boundary layer continues grow and become constant, remains constant. It will continue to grow up to some extent, not nearly constant. Is it clear? Now only this topic left that we will discuss in tomorrow. And tomorrow we will finish this section. And then we will start fluid kinematics. And from tomorrow class onwards, we will start fluid kinematics. And up to this part, we have covered nearly 4 marks of the gate in fluid mechanics. Is it clear? Sir, in question number 40, that tan theta p semi I did not get. I hope yesterday you messaged me also. Okay, I will check and then I will tell you. Last slide. Okay, note down first. Now finally, in tomorrow class, theory part will be finished. In fluid kinematics as well as dynamics, less theory, more questions. But up to this point, theory was very large and we need to cover each and every concept. So up to this point, we solved nearly 47 questions and tomorrow we will try to reach up to the 50. And as I promised, once this subject will complete, more than 100. Please read and revise properly. Note it down. Pump we will discuss at the last of the fluid mechanics. Sir, converging passage increasing the fluid velocity of the fluid. Sir, you are taking FM quick and effective manner also. Sir, is it possible from now to solve previous year and revise? Yes, you have time. But you need that level of dedication. Anything else? Okay. Sir, first time I am getting each and everything related to the fluid mechanics. Okay. Sir, can you please clear my doubt in question 48, from which relation we will get the turbulent flow, that is x 0.8. Sir, B, you should have some concentration during the class. But at that time, sir, we will sleep and after that we will ask. You have this relation. We can write del by x is directly proportional to x into rho into u infinite by mu to the power 0.2. 1 by 5 means 0.2. Del is directly proportional to x by x to the power 0.2. Or del is directly proportional to 1 minus 0.2. So del is directly proportional to x to the power 0.8. From this relation, you will get it. Got it? Naveen, in such a manner, we got this. Sir, okay. Sir, in pump, I have so many doubts. So when we will discuss pump, then I will clear your doubt. Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this session also. Thank you very much. Keep learning, keep smiling, and be happy.